What up guys, Darkpora here, and today we're playing Megaten? You might be wondering how I'm able to play a game that shut down 4 years ago. Well, we're here on a private server. Yes, there is a private server scene for Megaten now. Some very dedicated people who call themselves Compaq have taken the final build, which was in Japanese, and managed to build a server from it that everyone can play. And I'm currently on what I believe is the most popular server right now, which is called Reimagine. It's pretty much a vanilla server. I mean, they've changed a few things around, but it plays pretty much the same as it used to, so I'm happy. We're all able to play this very old game. It's still here, and this is actually quite a large server. There's, I would guess, around 300 people, maybe more. I mean, it's growing every day, and I'm trying to help grow it. That's the idea of these videos, so if you've been wanting to play this game, or if it looks cool after you watch this video, come and join in. I'll put all the links down below. So I thought I'd just ease myself back into video making with just an easy video. So today I bring you tips and tricks for new and returning players. Hopefully this will be interesting to any player, but it's mainly aimed at new players and returning players that were in my position where we used to play but we weren't very good at the game. Basically this is the video that I wish I had when I started playing back in October of this year. Alright, the first thing you need to know is that this game has a wiki, and it's called Sesho. If you ever need to find something specific, you can type in a Megaten related term and then just type Sesho after it, and it should bring up the page of it if it exists. And the thing about this wiki is that it's kind of old and it's not in the best shape, because a lot of the pictures are missing and some of the info is missing too. It's sufficient for just normal use, you know. Okay, back in the game now. Let's talk about these Yagia reports. This is basically what replaces the premium currency that most MMOs have these days. A currency that you pay for with real money. Because this is a private server, there's no money transactions, there's just nothing like that. They've cut all that out, and Megaten as a game was plagued with these microtransactions back in the day. But now, what replaces it is Yagia reports. You get these at the end of every dungeon run, and you cash them in. 10 of them equals 1 CP, CP being the premium currency's name, and CP is used to buy usually more valuable things. You can sometimes buy stuff for CP in NPC shops, but it's mainly saved for the comp shop down here and stuff you can buy on the website of Reimagine, which is sort of like gambling for better gear, but that deserves its own video. So to cash in your Yagia reports for CP, you'll want to go to the Home 3 terminal, right here, and this is the guy right here, Ghost of the Past. Just click on him, do different increments. As I said, 10 is 1 CP. So let's take a look at the comp shop. Now this is filled with good items. Most of it is CP bought, so we've got a few different categories here, and I'm just going to go through the ones that are most important. So I'm going to go on to comp shop rental items. Now rental items are infinite use, but you only keep them for a few days. In this case 3 days or 7 days, and essentially you get the item, you can use it infinitely, and then it goes away. And then you have to buy another one. So Ariadne's Thread, this is an infinite teleport to everywhere, so that's pretty good. That's the one I buy a lot. And we also have Orb of Speed, which increases your speed by 50%. Yep, for 60 minutes, but it doesn't even matter because you just keep using it every 60 minutes. And apart from that, we also get this one, the comp expansion 1 day, or if you're rich you can go 7 days, but this picks up all your loot for you, which is pretty good too. And the other thing I use a lot, the ATM, you can change 50k Maka into a note, so it's essentially a money condenser. There is one other thing we can do with Yagia reports, and that is to do with expertise. So if you ever want to raise one of these very easily, you can just click one on, make sure it's clicked on, come over here to the Demon God Thoth, and we'll trade in reports. It costs 10 Yagia reports to raise any expertise by 1 class. And it's not actually any, he can't do the talking skills like talk, threaten, and there's another one, but I forget. And he also has a few of them locked, which you need to do their quest first, before he can actually train you in them. Now this only goes up to class 5, after that he can't do it anymore, and you'll need to train them the regular way. But this is just a way to speed through the early game, and it's pretty good for new players because you can test out a bunch of cool stuff. And if you didn't know, it's very easy to reset your expertise in this game, so you can just keep swapping stuff around and eventually you'll find a build that you like. So here's a sneaky little trick that anyone can use to get to Shinjuku Babel really easily from Home 3. Now this does seem to be a bug, but I've definitely seen people posting about it on the Discord, and they do not care. They're not patching it, so I mean, go ahead. It doesn't really change too much. But you can come to this girl over here. If you click on the garage door, and then you click the garage door again, it teleports you straight to Babel. I guess this isn't a bug because they are supposed to be connected, the community area, but well, it's a little weird that you have to click the door and not the girl. So maybe it is a bug, maybe it isn't. Anyway, now anyone can come to Babel, and this is pretty much the center of everything. You can get to a lot of the other maps from here, so it's a pretty useful tip. Oh yeah, and it works the other way around too. You can go back to Home 3, but you have to go through this girl and go to residential area, then talk to the community area guide. Now you click the door and you're back in Home 3. Okay, this one is definitely a bug. Next tip, sell your gems. This is where most of your money comes from in the early game, just selling the gems you get from dungeon runs. So you'll see, these are the ones that I got from this dungeon I just did. 20k, just like that. And not even just the normal gems you get, you also get cracked gems. You can turn them into normal gems if you item mix them with magnetite. It's 250 magnetite per 5 cracked gem, and it makes 1 to 3 of the real gem. So I highly recommend doing that, you'll get more money out of it, but if you don't have enough magnetite, well, I guess you can sell the cracked gems just by themselves. There are some gems that you shouldn't be selling though. That is Coral, Diamond, Pearl, and Peridot. These 4 are used in a quest later on, so you're going to want to stock up on those and just keep stacking that number up. A really helpful feature about the item mix, you can check recipes, and you can also filter it with the items that you have in your inventory. So in my case I have cracked coral. We'll click that and we'll click filter. It'll show me all the recipes that include cracked coral in the item mix. So we only have one that I did before. But you can see there's tons of different stuff, like even like my ring, you can actually upgrade the ring. See, I wouldn't have even known that, but now I do. So if you've been working through your axe, you'll know that everyone gets a quickly produced demon, and you get to choose from 3 of them. So after Act 2, you can take your quickly produced demon and make sure you have it out, and talk to the cathedral guy, and he'll actually give you 5k soul points for free onto your quickly produced demon. Now, that deserves a video in its own, all the soul point and wildcat stuff, but essentially you don't want to miss out on that 5k points because it can get you some very nice abilities for free, essentially. Let's discuss demon variants. So we have a few. The most important ones are inexperienced and accomplished. These are the ones you'll find wandering in the field. A lot of them have set spawns, like this inexperienced Garm. You can always find it, basically, but some of them share spawn points with the other inexperienced demons around them. How do I explain this? There's only so many accomplished slots on a certain map, and so if it's already filled up with accomplished demons, no more will spawn. So if you're hunting one specific accomplished demon, you're going to need to kill other accomplished demons of any type, really, any family, so that the one that you need has a chance to spawn. And this is the same with field bosses, which there just happens to be a great beast Orthrus here. I believe only one field boss can be on a map at a time. I know that's the case for this map, Suganami Field, so if you're after a great beast Cerberus, you're going to want to kill this Orthrus so the Cerberus has a chance of spawning. Here's one that seems obvious, but it took me a sad amount of time to actually do it. You can go to System and Key Config and change this target self, at least map it to anything. I map it to E because it's right where your hand is on the WSAD. What this will do is if you have any buff spells that you need to target on yourself, instead of doing what I was doing, which is clicking it and then sometimes hitting your demon when you try to click yourself, because sometimes they overlap on top of you, you can just click it, hit E, and it buffs yourself. So easy. In this game you have alignments, so I am neutral. I'm not exactly neutral, but I'm pretty close. And you can actually go to your alignment city, there's 3 of them, and if you sell items at that city, you get a bonus to the price. So let's just show an example. Here we are at Home 3. I'm going to sell one of these. It's going to try and buy it for 5k. And we'll head to my home, my alignment city, which is Protopia. And we'll see what kind of percentage we're getting here, because it's actually not insignificant. It's pretty good, and I highly recommend if you're selling stuff, always head to your faction city. See, look at that, 453 extra. I'll take that any day. The main way to shift your alignment is by working through the acts and making choices in the storyline, but there is another way. You can head to whichever one you want to change to. So if you want to be lore, we'll go to the home point at Arcadia. Right over the back here, there'll be a girl, which you can pay her 50k to get a pretty decent shift. I'd say it would take about 3 payments to get from where I am to lore, maybe 4. And you can only do it once every 20 hours, so it is a bit of a process, but once you finish the acts, there's really no other way of changing your alignment. Actually, there is one other way, but it's quite late in the game. So you'll have to use this for now. So this is the Lore one, and we'll go to the Chaos one and Sohonzan. I've actually never had to say that out loud, so there you go. And he's just over here. And he'll take your 50k and give you a bit of a chaos shift. Alright, we'll finish it off with probably my favorite tip. If you've ever played Wildcat mode, you'll know you get this horrible acid trip filter that looks like this. It turns everything blue and it shakes, and also there's like electricity going across the screen sometimes. You can actually get rid of that, but it's a little bit complicated. You have to head into your directory wherever you have Reimagined downloaded. You'll go to Interface, DDS, and it's just scroll down a little bit. It's this one, Filter Blue 04. Delete that. Now that'll come back every time you have to do an update, which isn't very often, but I just delete it again whenever it comes back and you're good to go. So I hope y'all enjoyed, hope you learnt something. Gotta do a quick plug for the clan I'm a part of, Snowguard. Probably seen them chatting away down here. We don't have very many active members, so if you're looking for a clan, hit me up. I am able to invite you. And just give the game a try if it looked interesting, if you haven't ever seen this before, if you're a fan of other Mega 10 games and you didn't even know this existed, well, it's here. You can leave any questions for me in the comments below, or if you need more info about the server, you'll want to hit up the Discord. That's pretty much where everything is right now, or the website. But everyone's on the Discord, always answering questions for the noobs. I really think this game could get very popular, I just don't know how to get it out to people. I bet this game would very much appeal to OSRS fans, but I can't really post on the Reddit, because then I get banned, and that's a rule, you can't advertise other games on the Reddit. It's like, how do I get this game in front of OSRS players? I just don't even know. Hope you enjoyed. Dark Horror out.